Before starting with the setup process and building our first Angular app, we will discuss about something that may seem intimidating to someone new to Angular. Angular versions. Angular gets constant updates and new versions are being released more frequently than other technologies. That does not necessarily mean that you have to relearn a lot of things though. Angular started with AngularJS, also known as Angular 1. It was a big thing back when it was released, but it had several flaws, and Angular was completely rewritten in Angular 2, also known as Angular. Currently, we will be learning about Angular 9, but it does not mean that Angular was rewritten multiple times since Angular 2. The Angular team releases a new version every 6 months, but it consists of only behind-the-scenes optimizations or new features. Angular 9 more or less is still quite similar to Angular 2. Now let's build our first Angular app. All important links for installation and documentation are present in the description below, so please check that out. We will be using Angular CLI to create Angular apps, which is the recommended and the best way to do so. For Angular CLI to work, we need to have Node.js installed in our systems. Also, we will make use of NPM, Node Package Manager, to manage dependencies, core as well as third-party. You can install Node.js easily by downloading the installer from the official Node.js website. To install Angular CLI, we will open a terminal and preferably run it as administrator to avoid some potential issues. We then execute npm install command as you can see on your screen. Note that in Linux and Mac systems, you may need to add sudo before the command. You may get some errors during installation, but we can ignore that as long as we get the success message at the end. Now we can create our first project. We do it using the ng-new command, which will be available since we have installed Angular CLI. Navigate to a folder where you want to create your project and open the terminal, or use the cd command to navigate to the desired location where you want to keep your project. The command to create a new project is ng-new, and then you can give any name that you want. You will get some options to configure the project the way you want. For now, just keep hitting enter to select the defaults. This creates the Angular project having necessary dependencies and project structure required for optimizations and things like TypeScript compilation, since Angular is written in TypeScript, which is a superset of JavaScript. The project will be created in a separate folder with the same name as the project name. We can navigate to that path and bring up a development server using the ng-serve command so that we can see our application running on the browser. As we can see, the server is running on localhost 4200 by default. After build is successful, we can simply go to the browser and enter localhost 4200. We should see the starting screen provided by Angular CLI along with links to some docs. Some common issues that you might encounter. Creating the project takes a very long time. You should try running the terminal as administrator to fix this. EADDR, address already in use error, means the current port is being used by another service. Either stop that service or run your application on another port using command ng-serve with the port option along with the port number. If code changes are not reflecting in your browser, check your terminal. You probably have an error in your code. If installing dependencies is stuck when doing ng-new, terminate the process and do an npm install in the project folder. Thank you. See you in the next video.